All right, my black belt Kobudo prep students. So we're going to start with some Joe techniques. I'm going to review all the basics with the Joe. I'm not sure if I recorded this before, so this would be a good review for us. I know we've done the Ippon and the Joe kata, but these are the basics off of that requirement sheet. So the first is an upper double hand block, left leg back, then a lower double hand block, side double hand block, reverse side double hand block. Try them all one more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next should be a sloping roof block, which it is. So you'll need room to your left. You're going to grab to the end and move off to the angle. You want to make sure your head is blocked fully by this weapon. Don't be here. You're going to get hit, right? So I want to step and block. One more time to the left. Sloping roof block. Next would be middle inside block. So I'm going to grab the end again, the left hand on the end, and I'm going to scoop it and inside block. Really using the wrist and the forearm and elbow to pull in. So 1 and block. My body weight needs to drop at the end of that circle, because a lot of times when people thrust at you, their palm is down. So if you don't just block it to the side, but you hit the weapon down, it's going to pull it right out of their hand. It's one of my favorite things to practice when someone's poking at me. So I hit not just sideways, but I want to drop down and sideways with the block. And you'll see a lot of times the bow comes right out of their hand. Okay, so inside block. And next would be vertical block. So you can use a cat stance again. You'll grab the end and block low, like number 3 Ippon would do. So back and block. If you think of the bow technique, the bow would be the longer stance and longer grip version, and the Joe is the shorter version, right? So again, left leg, vertical block. And that is all the blocking. Vertical block, inside block, sloping roof, and the 4 double hand blocks. Next will be poking. So first we'll just have a thrusting poke. So go to middle guard, and you're gonna pull and thrust. Make sure you turn the hands and turn the hands with the weapon. Again, thrusting poke. Next, of course, would be sliding poke. So you're gonna cover the tip and lunge and thrust all the way out. So your hands are tight together, still ringing, just extension with the thrust. And again, sliding poke. You can start at middle guard this time, back and thrust. Middle guard, back, thrust. And sometimes you'll just go direct right to it. Of course, that could be 3 different targets, high, middle, and low. Next will be a back thrusting poke. So from here, you can do it in place by grabbing the front end and thrust back like that. So back thrusting poke. Again, back thrusting poke. Or you can spin and thrust the poke back that way. Again, I spin and thrust. Okay, that's used a lot in the Nobori katas with the Joe. Something fun to learn in the future, if you get your black belt. Next would be an overhead strike, so going on to striking. So start in high guard, and if you don't have a lot of room, you can always shorten up or use a tanbo or something. But come overhead and then omen to the top of the head. You want to be here above your head a little bit. Again, up. Don't want to take out my light. And top of the head, up. And you want to make sure you can see, protect the wrist, and omen, overhead strike. Next should be side striking. So you can start in middle guard and bring it back, and then you can step in, side strike to the head, and then side strike to the body, and then side strike to the leg. Again, high, middle, low. And low, you can put it on the hip. Again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then of course you can reverse side strike, high, middle, and low. Okay, so that takes care of the next one. And then last one would be side head strike, as far as, well, almost the last strike. So side head strike would be the same as a bow, except you don't have the end to touch the ribs. So again, middle guard, circle, and swing. Again, swing. One more, sideways. Okay, you want to make sure you lift the weapon, not duck the head and raise the weapon. So lift it flat, come across, yoko men, side head strike. Last one, I believe, yep, for the striking is a rising strike. And on the sheet it says one-handed, but if you just hear rising strike, a lot of times we think of this. That would be a reverse rising strike, which I don't think I did yet. Oh yeah, there it is. It's on the end of the list. So that's reverse rising strike. Again, reverse rising strike, and then one-handed rising strike is right there out of the kata, right? So again, the one-handed is the big blue. There's a hidden block in there, so if you think of a poke coming at you, you gotta block it, and then you get inside, right? But with the basics, just drive in. One of your patsai type stance here, hit into the groin, left hand's out, ready to grab. Okay? Sand flake strike, I think you should know that. So down here, and then root, make sure the palm is up. Again, flick, one more, sand flick strike, sumitaki. And the last one is a double hand strike. So you can step forward like that and strike. Sometimes you'll see it palm down as well. But you can keep this grip for now and step in double hand strike. And that is it for the Joe basics. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to hear them. And please practice, practice, practice. We're going to go through another review pretty soon with some extra details. So good job, guys. See you soon.